So let's look at the market and the market this week. And even though we have had a nice markets crazy down and a lot were shaking and then freaking and thinking of what's going on. Okay, so let's look at it. For the benefit of those of you who are joining us for the first time, so this is Plan B Express. This is our Sunday market review and at the same time, business opportunity. Okay, so there are things we'll say will look strange to you. So if you are joining us for the first time, we always say if you want to be participating in this space, the financial market, and other related digital opportunity, we said, starting from crypto, the first thing you need is actually called the wallet. So we have different type of wallet, but the first one we make recommendation about is the Phantom wallet. And many will ask me, like, why do you always talk about Phantom wallet? And Phantom wallet is not as important as MetaMask. Yeah, MetaMask is the major web wallet and three wallets you can talk about. Now, why Phantom? Because that's a place that anybody as a beginner can easily navigate through and then have his way in and out and all of that. So Phantom Wallet, if you are joining us for the first time, you can go to your Google Play Store on your phone and search for Phantom. Look at the spelling, Phantom. That's Phantom. And then you download the wallet, follow the instructions, and back up your recovery phrase. And of course, make sure you have your PIN enabled or using your passkey or, finger identifications and all the like. That is biometrics. Okay, so I haven't done that. That's basic you need first. And then, of course, you want to understand the need for exchange platform. And one of the first exchange platform I recommend for beginners that will be able to be user-friendly, and then you can cheat on it or something like that. You permit me for such language. Is MXC. Okay, MSC Global will be a lot easier for you to navigate and then take advantage of all the futures there, and it's going to help you so much. Okay, so now I haven't done that. You probably want to now know more about this space, the crypto. We always encourage people to embark on training. Okay, be intentional about what to do. But good thing in Plan B, if you can follow all the time information platforms and all the like, you can do well. Yeah, that's the truth. And then you can go to search for Felix, and then you're going to see a YouTube channel, and then you can just research for some information, so maybe how to navigate the market and all of that. You can get so many information about that on the what do we call it, on the YouTube channel of Felix. Okay, so free information. Now, so good thing, and many of you have been following us, that's fantastic. Now, you can trade this financial market, right? And really, really enjoy yourself. Without giving yourself unnecessary stress, you will be fine. That's good. One of the things I've seen, please, and I think this is a very important info. Don't gamble this space. Don't think, okay, because you go out or you go on YouTube or social media, and you're going to see a lot of people telling you how to flip your account, how to use these things. Yeah, fine. These are hypes. Are there possibility to actually get those things? Yes, it's possible. But what about the sustainability? So you have to understand that what you are doing per time, is this sustainable? And what makes you make more money and consistently making more money is how sustainable, all right, your approach and then your, whatever practice you are putting in that will make you to be. Now, then the next is that many of you will be looking at it, okay, what is it doing here? This is Trading View. This is not a place for all the market. Those of you who attended the free class on Friday and Saturday, just in celebration of my wife, we were talking about so many other factors, both known and the external variables that you should consider coming into the market. And remember, we talked about the fundamentals, all right? And then we talked about, okay, so let's quickly look at, I think I opened something called CryptoRank that day, IO. and I showed us about the greed, fear and greed index. I think that went back to about 37. If you check now, it should be good. It should have been returning up because Bitcoin should be finding the way. Okay, that means it went below that point. So okay, we could have it. Let's look at it on market cap too, if they are actually consonant together. Coin market cap. Okay. So coin market cap. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right, 48, I think, because it was around 37 just today. And of course, the market is trying to like find a move up, as it were. Now, so quickly look at it. We say the markets from DXY. Lovely, everybody. If you have been following us, we saw when we're here, we'll talk about a fake out. That was in the month of June, and then we continue to rally down. And we told us about the diagonal support for the DXY. And what actually prompted this massive move was the economic news. You can now see that you don't only depend on chart, you have to understand informations or certain human behavior that lead to those actions. And good and fine, most of you who trade forex or currency trading, you sometimes meet some people, they'll tell you, hey, don't trade when economic news is coming. But that's not true. That's not actually right. It's just for you to understand, to have an idea and set up strategy on what to follow for economic news and how to trade it. And that can give you massive money. So now this is what we're looking at this week, possibly for DXY. You see that we have a long way to go. I told us that if we break this guy and stay down, you can conclude that we have not broken it because when market opened tonight, all right, I expect some kind of level of massive pullback. Yeah, that's what I expect. Okay, maybe massive pullback to 103.6 something from where it is, except and otherwise, the new candle opened, and then we just have a little round chop. Then that means we'll be rocking down more. That would be a very nice one. But understand that when market just open newly, it's going to create a high and a low, and then taking a direction to go towards. So, but that's not the issue. You still see that the weakness of the DXY still continue. But of course, you understand that I've told us that DXY, Bitcoin, people have tried to separate itself, okay, from the opposite movement of the dollar. If not, in those days, once you have a crash in dollar, that's DXY index, the US dollar index, then you need to have a rise in Bitcoin, gold, and other cryptos. So, but this time around, things are changing. That's what we need to understand. Things are changing, and we don't have it that way again. So quite, because there are so many hybrid fundamentals that actually conflicting, that will not let you have the usual things we used to have before. So opening the market today is to have the DXY actually return back up and then possibly continue. So, but we want to have a very nice support down here. And if we do, that makes sense. And if we cannot, and we still have terrible, I don't know what, I'll have to check economic calendar over time, and we're terribly coming down here. That means this is a total continuous crashing of the strength of dollar. So that will give rise. Many of you saw when I talked about euro. So I'm not, I always love people to see a perspective of trading, all right, trading or attacking the financial market from the aspect of investment, okay? And I call the financial market, all the instruments in the financial market are, they are financial vehicle, they are financial freedom vehicle, Now, I think what yesterday on Friday, so Thursday and Friday, if you look at the Euro USD, yeah, that was when I have a mark here that, oh, we're actually bullish. and there was my daily range from here to here. But many of you would understand something. There was my range for that day, which ordinarily, if I'm targeting for that day, I should just be doing like average of 40, 41 pips or thereabout, or let's just call it 50 pips. But what really happened here, this poll you are having, this poll was masterminded by the economic news, and that's what you have here. So you should understand that opening today, we could have a kind of drop down. We have a drop down, fantastic. That continuation is going to be. But of course, if we have to take out this, so our advice, because opening of the market in the new week is actually very risky, because sometimes the market can just induce, take out, and then you're going to have. But certainly, you want to have a very nice pullback if we are going to continue. But either we continue or not, so we want to have a very beautiful pullback before you can decide what to go. Those of you trading Euro USD, and I think I told us that the correlation of DXY and Euro USD with GBP USD are tied together. And so once I know the direction of Euro USD, yeah, the structure may not be very nice correlatedly, but they will have the same direction. Congratulations, those of you who were following. Maybe those of you, why we have to show all of these, some of you are trading Forex. And I told you the other day that always looking at the market in a longer perspective, rather than the shorter time you are looking at the market. Okay, gold was a very fantastic, and it performed very, very well as we expected, all right, last week. And then, so what are you looking at in gold? Oh, of course, you want to have gold to have a kind of open, gold's supposed to be crashing, right? So, but even when you want to have some crashes and then market change direction, and that's why one of the first things I recommend for everybody when you want to be an active trader, trade within few instruments. It's very, very important. Sometimes we'll look at it, oh, I just checked gold, oh, I just checked GBP USD, oh, I just checked GBP JPY, oh, I just checked Euro SND. Okay. In the process of doing that, you're going to worn out. You need to look at it first that trading on its own is not an easy task. Okay, it involves a lot of emotions and all the like. So now imagine dissipating your energy on so many places. It may do as if you are progressing, but actually you are not progressing, because eventually you're going to have issues. I'm not saying you should maybe, but as a beginner, you need to learn how to stick to one or two instruments that you can trade within some time. Okay, so that's for currency markets and all that. So let's look at our Bitcoin. Fantastic. Bitcoin has done very well in a journey that I expected. And if you have been following me, and I told you guys, when we have this milestone, previously when we crashed down here, my expectation of Bitcoin was this 52,000 and perhaps a leg down to 46,000, this region. Well, let me not go by betting, but of course, I expect that that's still going to play out. Maybe not now. Yeah. So, but so having a longer perspective for a bigger view, and I told us milestone to milestone, all this point we need to break. Beautifully, we break this. Beautifully, we broke this. And beautifully, very nice, we broke this here, but here we couldn't break. And I remember telling most of us that, hey, as long as Bitcoin stay below 73,000, then we are still going to be ranging the way it was that has started since that month of February, okay? That we're going to still be ranging for Bitcoin. Now, if you break, so 52,000 was one of my major targets for a very long time. So, but you have to be very careful, because too many interests about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency can manipulate the market and take you out unexpectedly. Okay, so Bitcoin, so then you'll not ask me, hey, what do we have in Bitcoin? So in the next few hours now, the market is going to be closing for daily time frame. And then look at this candle. Perhaps if we have a rally back up here, well, fine. That means this week we can have Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin, one thing that, anyway, this is a diagonal support line. You have see my trend line here. Okay. So you can see this diagonal support line. Perhaps a Bitcoin will have taken or hit, but it's still looking very healthy. And so that means Bitcoin will start rallying back and you start facing all of those stop resistance over and over again. So, but this time around, the Bitcoin have some massive return back, then that means our move can cross, but may not stay above, can cross above 73, even going to that my 79,000 target. Somebody want to say, hey, Felix, can I buy Bitcoin now? Well, it's your choice, but when I tell friends how market's actually moving, so for now, if I'm buying into Bitcoin, let's say I want to buy to long Bitcoin, you may have to use a very small leverage, right? And then because maybe when you also have targeted it, because I was telling some of our people, I was moving with Solana. I've closed, for your information, those of you who were on the training last week on Friday and Saturday, for your information, I've closed the trade because I saw the movement of the market, and then I've closed Solana because I told you guys, you know, we're doing experimentation. Let's look at the experiment we're doing on Magex Exchange. Let's see. Okay, so on Magex Exchange. Okay. Okay, so we're doing some experiment on Magex, and it was Solana we used, right? Remember? And look at what Solana did. So when I came back and I saw this chart, so I just closed it. And quite unfortunate, I was busy because I would have long it, but you know, it was just for experiment that yesterday or that day for yesterday. I can't remember. Remember, we enter into Solana at the price of 151 in shorting Solana. Somewhere up here. Yeah, somewhere here. 151, we short the Solana, and then so the continuations and all of that. All right. So now Solana a kind of getting a kind of reversal. So most time, so if I want to look at Bitcoin, yeah, fine. We can have Bitcoin rally back to 63,000, then probably struggle at 64,000. Do we have any fundamental economic news? Forest factory, for instance. Tomorrow, okay, so tomorrow is let's look at it. Tomorrow is 5th. Okay. SM AMI service at 3 p.m. Okay, and so that's just that. Now, do we have a pile-up? I'm not sure if we do on the 6th. AUD, SND. Oh, employment change, unemployment rate on Tuesday on SND. And I have a trade, I have an trade Euro SND. The trade I opened, I forgot to close, although I closed some and I forgot to close other ones and all of that. So that means give and take, you're looking at the DXY. Was it? We're looking at Bitcoin, probably to rally back to 64,000. If you are able to break, remember I said this time around, if we have a consistent move to the middle of the month, or yeah, 15, 16 of the month, then we can have Bitcoin rally up to, don't put the trigger on my head, don't say you hear I say this, I can go to about 79,000. It's very possible. But there are so many fundamentals that I will not be able to unveil because we're on the media. And then, so you have to be careful what to say, okay? So sometimes there are some secrets you have access to. Just saying it anyhow, you are actually causing some problem. Okay? So, but by counsel, so now Popcat was one of the major coin I recommended for all the people that have been trading, all right? All the people that have been trading, maybe futures, even sport, buy low, sell high, and all of that. Okay. If you're on private mentorship, even not on private mentorship, I remember posting all of this movement for Solana on a video record and then Bitcoin as well. And so I said, okay, this was actually my last point. $141 was my actually last point of support. And now we have this week of the candle, which makes sense. So we can reclaim this point, all right, at the close of today's candle. This on daily time frame. So at the close of today's candle over here, then you know what this candle is defined to be. If we're able to close up here, there's what you call what? Hammer, something. And then, so you are now looking at tentatively a kind of reversal should be happening. But by and large, maybe creating similar things like this, opposite, which is the gravestone doji. And then you have the opposite from bottom, call it what? The hammer. And then you want to have a similar thing like bullish candle following, that's engulfing. Then, so if you were future traders and you were not following, because that's what I tell people, I said, unless when market is changing direction, the best time to always find some coin to buy is usually weekend, Friday, especially Saturday and Sunday. And so this used to be maybe last batch of finding an entry. Okay, let me just do one example. So just the same way, this quite unfortunate, I was not around. This is already very painful because that would have been a very nice move for us. Getting it, I hate getting to the market at the wrong point. Come on, this is crazy. And then, you know, we're looking for, okay, let me look for bonk. So we're looking for, okay, so we're looking for, okay, bonk. Okay. So for those of you trade sport, you may be targeting things like bond, popcat, and all the like to buy some of them and then hold to ride up for some movement. Okay, so let's just, this is not supposed to be what I should be entering to, but so let me just enter into it. I'll still use the 5x isolated leverage, and then, okay, 25%. So I click on buy. So that means I'm going to be longing. Okay, so it's already in. So Solana. Okay, so Solana, let's go here. Good. Solana. So you now know that Solana will now be having headache, right? Of movement, the way it came down, right? Yeah, so how to have found an entry if I was following. So that means Solana, you're looking at Solana 153, about 160 something dollars, or perhaps getting back up to $171. So I'm going to go back here. I'm not teaching you trading. I'm just like doing some examples, okay? Okay, so let's look at it. We're on 1% plus already. So I'm going to go to take profit. Okay. I will explain some things to us thereafter. So I'm going to go to take profit. Take profit, $71. Okay. Okay, let me even keep it at $185. So, okay. Okay. So take profits. So let me look at it on 1 hour time frame. Or okay, you don't show it. Okay, no problem. So I just have, so now I told you that if you're listening to me, maybe you just want to buy some tokens like, let's look at bonk. You want to buy bonk. I'm not asking you to trade bonk on the futures, because if you don't know much about, irrespective of what the coin is now, it should be, okay, look at bonk. Sorry. Okay, something like this. Pretty good, right? So, don't mind me. Okay, so let's turn back to where we are. So I bought into Solana. So you expect that, okay, after this close of this candle, now take warning. What we just did now, just like gambling, right? If I was following, I ought to have bought into Solana earlier than this time, and I will show you reason. Now, but now what you wanted is that the candle, this guy should form a hammer. That's at the close of today by 12 a.m. Opening to Asia section, which is the Tokyo, right? You should have this to have formed a hammer and then a new candle open. Now, see what's going to happen. That market and enter, I'm still going to have a pending loss over time. Forget even if it's in profit now, because you expect this candle probably anywhere it close. I don't know where it's going to close. Maybe close at 145 or even close at 144 or close at even 146, 147. If it does that, you expect something to happen. When a new day is created, you want the candle to first open and probably come down maybe to even as low as half of this candle entirely, something like this. Not in all cases. So I'm not doing technical analysis. So please, I just want to like show you one or two things. So perhaps let's see here. Okay. So that's say here. My order. Okay. So let's say here, this region, 138, 138, 137 region, right? 138, 137 region, okay? And then continue to go. So you cannot imagine, feel me that was already in. So what will have been my best was the weak of this or low of this candle will have been my entry. And if you were actually trailing. So, but other coin you just want to buy for future, for call it for me, for swing. So like the Solana, you can buy now if you want to buy, and it's still going to retrace. And then you can buy Popcat. It's a very lovely coin. It has printed money for every obedient person, because I remember recommending it for a lot of people that just buy, go just do Popcat, maybe when Pepe, okay, weave and all the like, so that you can maximize them, and then you can be fine. Okay, I think I did say so. Okay, so I wouldn't have much time tonight to dwell into so many things and all of that. So, but tentatively, like I said, you're looking for the market to bounce. But I said I didn't really enjoy it because I want the crash supposed to be faster than what it did, so that will have crashed so much down to that 52,000. But nevertheless, so sometimes it could show like a kind of pending drop eventually. Look at it. This is Bitcoin. Okay, so you want to have the market to rally up here. And so if it does that, fine. And then, so I'm afraid that the market could actually rally up here and then still continue. But this is already a sign of tentative move up, something like this, right? So that doesn't mean that if you have something like this, the market cannot still crash down to a point before taking off, but it's already showing you a sign. And so, and I only tell people that you don't enter a market when a candle has not closed, okay? So like the market we just did now, that's like a gambling, because what is the confluence or confirmation of our buying in and all of that. But if I'm buying into a spot, well, no problem. I can buy into a spot and then checking, maybe if you come down more, I can add more to it, but definitely not for like Bitcoin. You want to do that now. Could be like Popcat, okay, Weave, okay, Popcat, Weave, Bonk. Those of you who are watching me or who are just coming in for the first time, or you are new, you don't even know what to do and all of that. So some of those coins I mentioned can be bought, and probably when they rally up, you could do, who knows, maybe this week you can do 10, 20, 30% of your money, buy even in the spot, as it were. Okay, so that's that for the aspect of this market I was just showing to us now. Okay. So now, there are things I will need to us to understand. Those of you who are new. So there are three major approaches or two major approaches to the financial market. But I always say there are three major approaches to acquiring wealth on your financial freedom in the crypto or financial market. Number one is investing, and number two is trading, and number three is affiliate system. Okay, so now, for instance, all of those broker or exchanges have some affiliate system, right? Like those of you who didn't understand, now I have some persons who have time, right? Of course, why wouldn't you have time for things that are going to pay you money? Okay, so like let me use example of an exchange, CoinW. CoinW do rebate system like broker of Forex trading. Now, what do you mean by rebate? That is, when you are trading, the rebate they have is it's a two-dimension of rebate. For instance, people who you refer to trade with CoinW, as they trade, the trading fee they are paying, they still give them some stipend out of it, out of the trading fee. Okay, that's one of the things you will need to understand. So you that refer them can earn accurate. So I know some of my very close far or ally that making average of $100 in a day on CoinW, right? Because why? They register, they send their link to a lot of people, and then from the money they're making, they are trading and all of that. So, but listen to me, not everybody will have energy for trading. So when anyone tell you that trading is very easy, it's not true. Now, but I'm not scaring anyone who want to trade, because trading can be very lovely if you can settle down and obey simple instructions. All right. So trading is not difficult if you can obey and abide by simple instruction and rules. But if you cannot, it's going to be very traumatic. So the best, we'll say, investing in the space. First thing that matters is you can invest. And that's, I remember I've told us a lot of investment platforms in the crypto, right? Now, investment strategy in crypto is that you can buy and hold, is still an investment. You can buy and stake, it's still an investment. You can buy and farm, it's still an investment. And these are more decentralized type of investment. Then we have other ones that you have even staking on centralized exchange, like on Binance or KuCoin or OKES and different platform where you can buy your coins, stake it there for 1 year, 2 years, and then make little accruals. And those are investment. Okay, so we have different investment strategy that way. And the good thing now, we're now having kind of robotic type of investment, all right? And so you have platform like Wiggle Swap, a platform like your Otron Swap, your platform like Radium, your platform like Aerodrome. In fact, there's another one. Okay, maybe I'm going to send to our group again. We bought this coin many years back, and then some of us were giving on blockchain.com. Okay, some of us were giving on blockchain.com. It's called STX. So we were giving free, then we bought some and keep. Now, when we kept, it took after a few years before we find, before they start doing a kind of decentralized farming. Was it farming? I think it was just a staking. I can't really remember. So that's one of the things. So we now have to keep on farming. I think the farming platform is called, okay, I'm going to send the link anyway. I think the farming staking platform is called Stacking DAO. Okay, yeah, Stacking DAO. Say lock your phone, locking your phone. Stacking DAO, where you can put in your stacks and then get rewarded with profit in stacking your something somewhere like this, something like this. Okay, so now, so imagine where we want to keep the coin for as long as possible, we can stack it. And one of the things is that when you stack it, you are generating points and you are accruing profit. And that's where we stack, right? You have Aerodrome. Okay, we have Aerodrome. We have different platform for, so I talk about Radium, right? I talk about Radium. Now, listen, most time when I tell people about staking, farming, and all of that, they actually do it blindly. And that's why knowledge is very important. They actually do it blindly because they just want to make money, and then they go into the So now, one of the lovely thing about this market is this. Let me show you guys. And that's one of the things I told some of them who came in for training, the free training. I said, when you are an investor in the space, you are an investor, and perhaps you want to involve in buy low, sell high. That's a flexible strategy. That I said, your time frame on your trading view should always be on 1 hour time frame or weekly time frame, and the lowest you could put your time frame, it should I say, okay, daily time frame, weekly time frame, and monthly time frame. So the lowest time you could put your time frame on your chart is 1 hour. So you can have a very better perspective rather than be under pressure at every little move you are checking and all of that. So you can see a real investor, right, wouldn't be moved by all of those little impulse move and correction. Will be interested more in a perfect entry and a good money-making period. So now, why do I have to bring up this? If you look at the chart, I'm not doing any analysis to understand this. If you look at the chart inwardly, this guy, this is BNB. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Yeah, so let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so you expect that, okay, Bitcoin finding another rally. Okay, I think when we do some kind of interaction yesterday. So regaining point of Bitcoin for you is actually what? 60,000 plus. Then if you can able to regain that, then go range and all of that, break above this and all that, then here and there. So of course, a lot of resistances going forward for Bitcoin because of the way it has come down and all of that. So, like I said, if we go and check the trade we enter now, we should be in negative. That time we're in 2%, we should be in negative. Okay, this is lovely. Okay, the negative is not much. We are in negative of 0.42% as it were. Okay, 0.74% in that order. So I told you guys that it's still going to retrace down, and then the best time to when you are entering the market, you allow the candle that is still running close before you can now interpret what next move the market's about to do. Okay, so we have farming, we have different things. Then other thing, this is where I'll always counsel and advise people who are doing who are using robots. Okay, so I use robots a lot, and I've been using robots for many years, and I will never forget telling you guys that one of my best robots is 3 commas. Okay, 3 commas is one of my best robots that you can never talk about. 3 commas. Okay, 3 commas. Okay, it's one of my best robot trading. I think I've been using 3 commas more than 7 years now, and that has been a very lovely trading bot I use for my crypto, both in sports and gathering tokens with the hybrid strategy of grid bot and DCA, and at the same time still trade with future on it. Okay, so all this link, I'll send it on our group. If you are on our group or you are interested, you want to ask me, you can ask for link and I'll send to you, you register. But one of the things I always love people to understand is that most of the bots that people preach to you that, oh, it's going to be automated. Yes, fine. Some are automated, but the best thing you can do with using bot is to pay attention at interval. Let me give you one of the secrets. There's a bot I'm using now. I told you I'm going to roll out a lot of information about it. It's called U-Trading. A lot of people have been using U-Trading for more than a year before I even got to even have time to look at it. I know somebody in our community in Plan B have been using U-Trading, according to him, up to a year or a year plus right now. According to him, he says since last year. Okay, now, one of the things is this. I discover, for instance, this is how I use my bot. Look, this is what I do. If I want to, because this bot trade both spot and future, and trade DCA and grid for spot, DCA and grid for futures. So now if I want to trade, this is what I'm going to do. When I check the markets now you're looking at the weekend, and I will select 1 or 2, 3 coins that I want to engage in my bot, and I will check the weekly bias of that token. So weekly bias means, okay, I'm looking at it and anticipating that the market is going to be crashing for the next So if I look at weekly, that means can cover up to 2-3 weeks, 1 month facing that direction. But we can be going up and down, but definitely the direction is going to be downward. And I find such token, add them together, engage in my boat. Now look at what I do. When I monitor the tokens as they are doing well, at a point when a particular one have done well and about to have a kind of reversal, major reversal, I can stop the boat and engage to the other thing. But these are the things that people don't do. And then when they call me, hey, the boat's going to be doing everything. And unfortunately, when the market is even going bad, they wouldn't know. They will be on a massive floating loss and eventually close everything at loss. Okay, so that's one of the things I want us to actually pay attention to and learn. Okay, now you can see we're negative 1 point something% already for this guy, right? So that's what you need to understand. So holding, swinging, day trading, and all of that are different level of engagement in the space. And then I'll ground saying this. If you are in this space and you are not paying attention to learning how to, number one, how to hold, how to farm, then if all you do is just normally trading, buy low, sell high, or doing this, you probably wouldn't have what to fall back to. Okay? And that's why we pay much attention. Another aspect you want to look at is the low gems. So looking at review some low gem, you can scalp some low gem, you can hold some low gem. You can buy some low gem and you want to hold and you pull entirely. You don't bother, just allow it to be, face other things and all of that. And then in the same vein, those of us who want to be actively trading, probably on synthetics and all of that, this might cancel. When you trade and you make some profit in your active trading, that forex or synthetic or futures, it is expedient you take out some money to buy some tokens. So the time market will not be too healthy for you and deal with you, you can have a backup that will give you rest of mind. Okay, so that's that. So if I were you, I can just monitor PopCat, buy now, and then or allow the whole candle to close tomorrow, 12 a.m. And then by the time you wake up, maybe your 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., whatever you see it, and then it shows that, okay, the market's actually going up. And if you buy now, you probably want to observe. If you pull back, you want to add to it. And then over time, when the market adjusts themselves, you can be in money. Okay, so that's that for now. Promised us that I was going to do a lot of video on robotics, all right? That just like normal presentation of some of those ones I've mentioned before, then you want to know how to use the detail. Like I said, many people were not appreciating the utility of trade commerce eventually because they were not ready to settle down in learning how to actually set different permutation and strategy to maximize profit. Okay, guys, so we say we want to see markets at least trying to rally up this week, possibly. So if we reclaim 60,000, 61,000, then we can have at least before to go back to 66 will not be too difficult. Okay, that's it. So thank you very much. You have questions. I think at this point, I will allow anyone with questions, you can quickly ask your questions. Anyone with question, you can put up your hands and then you'll be given room to ask your question. Yeah, anyone with question? And so remember, I said, don't always get carried away by noise of people. One of the culture we have in Plan B, if you don't know today, one of the culture we have in Plan B, and because I told a lot of friends, I say, Plan B house people from different social, cultural, and different societies, social stratas, in their different dimensions and attitude. And that's why I say if you're in a group, either on the WhatsApp or on the Telegram, respect yourself because people that are there that wouldn't talk, they are doing more massive thing, massive results than even people who are talking, right? So that you are talking does not mean you are producing results. That's one of the things I always tell people. thank God, like last week we had, some of you attended the last week meeting, and somebody who was speaking there, I think Joseph, you didn't chat me for me to connect you and Tony, that's in the UK, all right? And we had what that
Sir,
guy
I chatted you. I chatted you, sir. You have not
Oh,
replied me. I was the one that was chatting you that told you about my network yesterday.
yes, I saw
And
what
there
you.
was a message. Yes, there was a message earlier that I told you about the person that he wanted to connect me.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
So I
Yes,
will,
sir.
after now, I will link you guys together. Now, this
All right,
this
thank you, sir.
this, this same person came to Port Harcourt, and there's what that his friend. I will even ask him, Tony. Okay, I'm not sure that Tony is around. I will have to ask him. There was somebody who came from Ibadan that time. The person came from Ibadan. Why Tony came from Warri? In fact, he has to take leave, casual leave from where he works. And then the other person came from Ibadan. And then there was a training, I think 1 week training. And I had one-on-one interaction with them, just give them basic rule. It's a simple rule, but can be very, if you are too intelligent, you may not adopt them. That's what I always say. Because you can imagine an intelligent person and a dummy is giving you an advice. So you will see that this is rubbish. What is he talking about? But I love what the first joy I had was that, yes, fine, if you had him talking, and that's why I will tell everybody, different business bless different people. Like on his own perspective is that nothing will make him in his life trade Forex again. All right. But his mentor he learned from in doing his crypto, I still trade Forex, okay? But the way I trade my Forex is not the same way other people trade and all the like. And what he said was that he had been, in fact, he was confused, he was tired of the whole thing. And then I think somebody just connect him and all of that, and he came. Now, lovely enough, when he started, he was doing and then doing his beats and following simple instruction. And what am I bringing out? We had him when he said there was a token we asked people to buy, we go to be precise. And he checked and he said, remember what he put in there was $30. And then when he now checked, at the time I was just repeating it, I have to go and check and saw that the money was about $3,000 or thereabout. Now, that doesn't mean that all the token you buy, we give you safe landing. No. And that's why we talk about diversification. And sometimes people thought that when you have huge money is where you can do big in crypto. No, it's not. And then, so all of those things. So, like when he was talking, I will never trade Forex. Now, you that want to that love Forex and you want to build capacity and learning more about it, you don't need to be deterred. Another person, I have another, in fact, one of my wonderful son, if he's teaching, he will tell you he can never trade sport. That because it's a waste of time. And what he does is only trade future, right? Now, if you look at it, you that trade sport, you look at, so that means I'm not serious. That's not true. You just need to identify what works for you, go by it. But good thing, if you come to plan B, irrespective of the type and style you are looking for to be available. All right. So, but if you allow maybe somebody who is trading synthetics now, and he tells me, I don't have time with crypto. In fact, I've been in a meeting where he condemned everything that has to do with crypto. And then somebody was looking at me that I was going to start arguing with him. I said that nobody would pay me if I argue with him. There was no point. And but the only thing I felt was that, this is how people mislead people. For instance, if Felix love to just build portfolio, will I not subject people to build portfolio without doing their day trading? But I always tell you, no matter how fervent you are in day trading, that is, active trading, I would tell you for free, there are results you can never command. This is crypto. There are results you can never command because somebody can just wake up and buy coin worth of $10, $20, and the next 3 months will have blossom and make a lot of money. No matter how professional you think you are, you probably will not be able to record that result within that time. So that's one thing I want everybody to always respect themselves. Okay, so somebody is putting up his hand. You can go ahead, ask your question. Simply K. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
You're
And
welcome.
although I joined midway,
Okay.
and I must report myself, I I've been missing in action for some time. I
Okay.
just came back from burying my mom, so I want to get back again.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I'd like to say maybe we can do futures again, because the last time you had warned, and that was a pretty long time ago, that we should stay off futures because the market was not
Volatile.
set. So I don't know. Did I hear you say maybe one can do futures now again?
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, since you've been away, we have been doing some futures, and then a lot of regular signals have always been dropped on the private mentorship. So as we are back now, you probably can follow the regular signal and then the directional message, because the directional message, for instance, yes. So let me show you something now. For instance, look at example of direction. Let me open up something for you. Uh, example of one directional message. Let me go to private mentorship, even on regular signals, even on some of the general group, right? So I was talking this market that just came down now. We give a roadmap to it of where it was going to go to. I think even the roadmap was on general group even too. Was like this market, how it was going to go was this. Come on, let's go here. So sometimes, because when I give a directional talk, some person could just get carried away by the talk without taking the action in the talk. And how was the talk like? I'm coming, I think it was on the 30th. Okay, yeah, on the 30th. On the 30th. Sorry. On the 30th. Okay, good, fine. Here is this. So Bitcoin still struggling, and of course, pointing down to 64,125, 63,500, 62,500, 60,520, but expected some failed rally to 67,000 plus. Now, this rally actually rallied to 66,900 before it now eventually crashed. Now, even before this follow-up message, the first message was that, look at it, that the markets, the first message was this. What guided the first message was this. I said that the market was going to be going this way. Where is this one? Which one is this? Okay. I said this market was going to be going this way. Let's look at it. Okay, look at those dots, these black dots. So when we push down here, fortunately, some of us sold down to that point. We sold down. Many people sold down. They enter into it even on their forest platform, because that's another lovely thing. When Bitcoin is going to be crashing so crazily, and some of us who trade on maybe 10 trade occasionally, because that's one thing most people don't understand. When I'm trading maybe forex, when there's going to be a massive crash of a particular asset, I can just go to my forex and enter without struggle. And maybe once in a month, I will open that account and trade, and I will abandon it. And maybe what I will do in that 1 month may be more than what somebody has been doing for the past 3 months, because it's going to be massive. So secondly was this. When after we rally down here, my target was that we should come down to 52,000. Yeah, fine. We came to 53,000. And then when we start rallying up, because one of the things in the market is that if you look at this candle, when the market is going toward a direction and you start having what we call multiple wicks, that is the candlestick start having some wicks at the top or at the down of that direction, that means the market is preparing to actually have a reversal. And there are other conferences you want. So, and I told everybody, I said, well, for me, this market that start moving, I'm looking at it that's going to rally up to as long as all this point. That once we break this, the next milestone was this, the next milestone up to 67,000. That after that, unless we're able to break 70,000 and 73,000, that we are still going to be stopped back. That is a resistance. And we have a very beautiful resistance. Some people who were following the instruction, imagine short Bitcoin from as high as from 69,000 on and 68,000 plus, and write it down crazily like this and all the like. So the same opportunity is about presenting itself, however, but one will not be able to say, okay, let me just get in now, unless those one who are scalping, until this candle closes, and then a new candle open today. That's tomorrow in the morning. Then we can now find. Perhaps I may do a review tomorrow morning as the market open to probably get the daily and the weekly bias if we are going to go bullish and all of that. So you are welcome back. It's going to be an amazing time for your returning back from sabbatical leave.
Thank you, sir. I hope you will take me as I am, sir.
Yes, you have no, there's not going to be a reservation.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, sir. Okay, somebody, Austin, the person who was even talking was the person you referred. Austin is greeting, yeah, Tony, your friend. Okay. So yeah, exactly. So Austin was the one that referred that young man to, and he came, and I'm sure he will ever remain indebted to Austin for such offer that time, offer to have assisted him to direct him to say, see, you can go ahead and all of that. And I'm sure Austin, you too, you'll be proud of him that he didn't messed up. He utilized every opportunity, you know. And that's one thing I tell everybody, please, if you look at plan B, and I always tell people, please, let's respect ourselves, because it's a group of not just anyhow people. It's a group of people from diverse background, and then, so, and that person does not talk on the group, because one of the culture I created many years back was that when you want to ask questions, ask constructive questions and all of that. And one of the things I've seen in this space, you see people who are making insane money, they don't have time to make too much noise. And people make too much noise, may be missing out of making much money. That's what I've seen in this space. Because for me, if not for, let's say, if not for like God himself, right? Because when God is instructing you to do certain things, you can't disobey him. If it's for me as human, I wouldn't go anywhere, because I make more money. I make more money in the crypto, right? I make more money in the crypto or Forex or this when I'm not talking to anybody. That's the truth. Because I'll have time. So imagine if I was now at home, even when the market, that like this market now, imagine if I was not away and I was just doing my own deal. Look at what I will have done. For instance, look at what I will have done. Let's show here. I think we can still see my screen. Can we also see my screen?
No, sir.
No,
Not
sir.
showing, sir.
Okay, okay. Now you will see what I will have done. Let me show us, because those of you who were in the meeting, who were in the training on Friday and on Saturday, see what I will have done on Solana. Like here, let's go. Solana. I just told you that what I enter on Solana was a wrong entry. I was not supposed to be entering it. If you look at it now, I must have been on temporal loss. Look at it, 5% minus, okay? So now, this is it. Now, let me go to like 5 minutes or 15 minutes. You could see if I had time and I actually want to trade. See what will have happened, okay? If I had time and I really want to trade, maybe to scalp. And that's why I say just face a particular instrument. Don't trade too many instruments per time. So I will have, for instance, find an entry after this double bottom, or perhaps maybe if I was just trading, if you see the chart properly, let me just open it like this. So if you look at it now, even if I'm using 5x or 10x, so let me say if I use 10x, look at it. And then the markets, of course, have given me confirmation over here after the breakdown. Look at the engulfing candle, and I found an entry here. Now, see what will make me to exit here, this high. Okay, I always tell you people, when you find an entry to a market, always want to look at the left, because that's where it comes from, the narrative. So now to this point, this is about 6%. Now, 6% move of the market. So 6% multiplied by 10x, that is 60%. So even if it's $200, all right? 60% of $200, all right? It's already $100 plus. Then I will have made that. Or perhaps this is what I will have done. Maybe look at it. Since I know that, okay, looking at when the candle closes, because this is already a point of interest to say, okay, market to get rejected here. For instance, let's take this. I'm not doing technical analysis, so don't look at it that way. I'm just showing you some kind of area of interest, for instance, here. So this is a resistance, okay, as it were. So assuming the market now, so what will have happened now? This is what will have happened. Felix, if I want to trail this, because sometimes, let's say I will have taken some profit, right? And then take my stop loss. This is like, this is a lower time frame. This is high, low here, probably up here. And you have entered here. So the market continue. Once you break this and retest it, I'll take the stop loss back here. That's what we call trailing stop loss and continue. But if this guy fail, you are looking at, okay, where is it likely that this guy is going to get to? So let me take my Fibonacci retracement and perhaps, sorry, let me just go back this way. Okay. So now this is a low, this is a high. Now I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement from here and to this point. So let me just do the settings. Sorry, just quickly. What's going on? Okay. So here we go. I do the setting. I need to check my market. So then I take out this one, go away, go away, go away. Even you, go away. One, yes. This one minus 2.6. Okay, background. So take off the background. Okay. Value. Okay, so let's take this now. Okay, see now. So now, if this is just going to be a minor pullback, right? But so now I'm looking at it that if it's going to be a major pullback, I should be looking at this point. This is 50, right? Back to this point. Okay, so that's a tentative point of interest for me if the market is going to be crashing down. See what happened. If I take this line, let me show you guys something. If I take this line, this is the 50% ratio because from this low to this high. Now, what I'm doing now is that if the market crashed down, which may not because it's just like a minor pullback, and this is 5-minute time frame. Now, this is a resistance. If you rally up in and break this, retest, we continue, right? Now, if the market actually pull back massively, and I expect that if you pull back to this point, you see this point back here is called discount. You see this point up here is called premium. That is here to this point is premium. Here to this point is discount. So this point to this point is the golden ratio. So that means if the markets can eventually crash down here, I want to now see that if the market get back to this region, what type of action or reactions am I going to have? Perhaps market return back to this point and do something like the bearish candles top, maybe I start having kind of multiple weeks and then followed by engulfing. I'm going to be finding an entry. But, I'm not going detail about this. So, but I will have entered here and I will not have any problem. So where am I going to put my trailing stop loss? I will apply my trailing stop loss because I said if it condemned this, that means the market is actually not holding, which unlikely. So that's one of the things we do, when you are following the market. And so you can imagine you now want to follow like 3, 4, 5 market like that. You're going to confuse yourself. And that's where people create problems for themselves. And then, I'm not making money because I just blow my account because we are not disciplined. Okay, I said I was in a trade, the market will soon open. I was on Euro SND. even though I've taken some profit. I think this is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy. Okay, so I may have a pullback before the continuation and all of that. Okay, so that's that, everybody. So I think I saw somebody too wanted to ask a question. Okay, Joseph, I'm going to respond to your question, to your point. I'm sorry, after that, yes, that day I've been so crazily busy, and that was why I probably, a lot of people, in fact, somebody was asking for participations. I think it was this night I responded to another person. I don't know if that fellow is here now, who was subscribing for live portfolio. And I saw from his tone, he would have loved to be on private mentorship. Don't worry, it's a gradual process. If you don't have capacity to go to private mentorship, start from where you are. And then from there, just know what you wanted, and then you're going to be fine. Okay. So please, let's go and work on ourselves and the market. Manipulation will still continue. Don't think it's not going to continue. But the best you can do is that have a longer perspective. And then in your trading view, always leave it on your daily time frame. Come back to 1 hour time frame so that you can get a clearer picture and not miss out of important move. It's very, very important. So, Austin. Okay. I think right now, as I'm just dropping, I'm going to share the contact with you. Deeply sorry. You can see how busy I was, okay? I'm going to share the contact with you right now as I drop this call. All right, so everybody, you have a nice rest. Enjoy yourself, and let's make money and help